The chip war just got personal. For years, the story has been simple. Nvidia makes the high performance AI chips, and Amazon Web Services or AWS buy them from its cloud customers. But behind the scene, Amazon has been building its own custom silicon. And this chips like Trainium and Infertia to challenge the Nvidia monopoly. Now everything has changed. Amazon just announced a deal that is not a simple purchase but a deep strategic and unprecedented partnership to fuse Nvidia's crown jewel technology directly into the crown jewel of the AWS of own. And the chip is known as Trainium4. This is a billion-dollar multi-generation play that will redefine the AI industrial revolution. It is the $1 trillion AI chip deal that changes everything. Before we dive into the details, let's understand why this is such a big deal. The race for artificial intelligence dominance, especially with large language model and generative AI, is fundamentally a race for computing power. Nvidia has been an undisputed king, capturing a nearly 90% market share with their GPUs like the H100 and the new Blackwell B200. Every major company from OpenAI to Meta relies on them. This dominance comes at a massive cost, both financial and in supply chain risk. As the world's largest cloud provider, AWS has a unique problem. It is both Nvidia's biggest client and biggest potential rival. AWS has been developing its own chip like the Graviton for general purpose CPUs and Trainium for AI training to reduce its reliance on external suppliers, lower cost for customers, and gain full control over its infrastructure. But here is the catch. AWS custom chips have struggled to match the raw performance and crucially the ecosystem of Nvidia, leading to reported customer dissatisfaction. The Trainium 3 is a massive leap forward, offering a significant cost saving, but the goal is always more. The new partnership revolves around one specific piece of Nvidia technology, and that is known as NVLink Fusion. Think of it this way: when you are training a massive AI model, one that has a trillion parameters, you need not just one chip, but thousands of them working together as a single enormous computer. The single most important factor for success is how fast these chips can talk to each other. The communication is what we call the interconnectedness. NVIDIA's NVLink is the gold standard for this high speed, high bandwidth interconnect. It allows up to 72 GPUs, or in the case of new Blackwell platform, a full rack of components to be connected all to all in a unified architecture. It's what gives NVIDIA its performance edge in massive cluster deployments. Now the game changer. AWS is integrating the NVLink Fusion technology directly into its forthcoming Trainium 4 chip and its foundational Nitro system. This means AWS is essentially taking the best piece of NVIDIA's scale-up architecture and making it native to its own silicon. It's like fighter jet designer admitted the rival company has been best engine and deciding to just build that engine into their next generation plane. This move addresses a key weakness for AWS. By leveraging NVLink, the Trainium 4 Ultra server rack will achieve faster deployment, lower latency, and much larger scale than ever before, dramatically closing the performance gap with NVIDIA own latest platform. This isn't just a win for AWS, it's a profound validation of NVLink as a standard computer fabric for AI revolution. While the Trainium 4 and NVLink Fusion is the future, the immediate impact is happening right now. AWS simultaneously rolled out a new server powered by its current generation chip, which is Trainium 3. These new ultra servers are the beast. Each rack can hold up to 144 Trainium 3 chips, and they are claiming over 4 times the computing performance of the previous generation, all while using about 40% less power. The key selling point here isn't just the speed, it's the price performance. AWS is positioning Trainium 3 as a solution that can cut cost of training and operating large AI models by up to 50% compared to equivalent GPU systems. This democratizes AI making and training of sophisticated models affordable for a much wider range of businesses. The partnership also introduced a new concept, AWS AI Factories. These are dedicated full stack AI infrastructure deployment that AWS will manage inside the customer's own data centers. It's a hybrid cloud model on steroid, combining the latest Nvidia chip like the Blackwell B300 and the AWS Trainium chip with AWS infrastructure expertise for government and regulated industries. This is massive. It allows them to maintain data sovereignty and control while accessing the world's most powerful AI compute. In short, the AWS Nvidia collaboration is now a multi front assault. It offers the best of both worlds wherever the customer needs it. So, what does this alliance means for the broader tech market? First, for AWS, this partnership is a masterstroke in de-risking the competition. By adapting NVLink, they bypass the years of R&D required to build a comparable high-speed interconnected fabric from scratch. They can now scale their own chip faster and more reliably, all while continuing to sell and deploy Nvidia's latest and the greatest GPUs to their customers. They achieve diversification and performance parity simultaneously. Second, the Nvidia, this is for Nvidia. On the surface, it looks like Nvidia is handling over its secret sauce, but in reality, it's a massive power play. Every company like Google, Microsoft, Meta is building custom chips. By making NVLink the industry standard interconnected fabric, Nvidia ensures that even the chip designed to compete with its own GPU are still dependent on Nvidia technology. They move from being just a GPU seller to provider of interconnected backbone, the essential network for entire AI industry. It's an expansion of their ecosystem dominance, securing revenue stream from every major hyperscaler custom silicon efforts. Third, for the cloud rival, Microsoft, Azure, or Google Cloud, this intensifies and raises the stakes. Microsoft has its own custom chip and massive partnership with OpenAI. Google has its highly successful TPU, which is also known as Tensor Processing Unit. But the AWS NVIDIA Fusion creates a powerful and flexible new competitor that is now capable of offering both the gold standard GPU and the best-in-class custom silicon, all unified by a proven high-speed interconnect. This partnership isn't about bending metal and silicon, it's about software. And in the world of AI, software is where the real lock-in happens. NVIDIA's decade plus head start with the CUDA ecosystem is why developers stick with their chips. The tools, libraries, and the frameworks are simply the most mature. The new collaboration directly addresses this. First, Nemotron on Bedrock. AWS is integrating NVIDIA Nemotron open model directly into Amazon's Bedrock platform. This serverless services allow companies to build generative AI applications using leading foundation model without managing the underlying infrastructure. Now companies get access to powerful open NVIDIA model with simplicity and security of AWS. Second, serverless GPU acceleration. AWS is also rolling out serverless GPU accelerated vector indexing for services like Amazon OpenSearch using Nvidia software libraries. This massively accelerates the core component needed for retrieval augmented generation or RAG, which is the most common use case for enterprise generative AI today. It makes building real-world AI applications up to 10 times faster. The goal is clear: provide a complete seamless path for developers prototyping a model for an AWS GPU instance to deploy a trillion parameter model on a rack of Trainium4 chip, all without having to rewrite the core software. This full stack integration is truly a $1 trillion opportunity. Finally, we have to look at the aspirational scale. This partnership is also driving, Project SIBA, a joint effort to build one of the world's most powerful AI supercomputer on AWS platform. This supercomputer is designed to accelerate NVIDIA's own research and development, essentially proving that the best place to design the next generation NVIDIA chip is on AWS. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy of cloud-based innovation. And trying back to AI Factory, this movement towards sovereign AI infrastructure that adheres to countries' local data laws is becoming paramount. The AWS and NVIDIA offering is uniquely positioned to address this by allowing companies to deploy the exact same cutting-edge hardware stack globally, but manage under a secure localized control of AWS in customer data centers. This is a critical factor for government, defense, and the financial clients. The expansion of AWS and NVIDIA partnership is far more than a simple vendor agreement. It's a strategic, deep technology fusion that fundamentally changes the trajectory of AI infrastructure market. It proves that the current era of generative AI, even the fiercest competitor, the cloud giant and the chip king, must collaborate to achieve the scale and performance necessary to build the next generation intelligence. AWS gets a faster path to market for its custom chip and greater control over its cost. Nvidia expands the research reach of its NVLink ecosystem, ensuring its dominance over the underlying network architecture of the entire AI industry. The winner ultimately is the customer who gains access to better performance and more choice at a lower cost. So friends, what do you think? Is Amazon use of NVLink is a brilliant strategic move, or does it ultimately hand too much control to Nvidia? Let me know in the comments below. And if you want a deeper dive into technical details of NVLink Fusion architecture, hit that like button and subscribe for more deep tech analysis. And thank you for joining live, and I will catch you again in the next video, my friends.